welcome back to my channel. If you see me looking over here, it's because I'm on my phone and the camera, you know how they're weird. But anyway, so today we are doing the gel patch test to see which products I am allergic to. So I'm going to show you the items that I've got out for my investigation, and then I'm going to show you my little spreadsheet of how I'm going to do my very scientific research. So let me show that to you real quick. So here is the products I've selected. I've tried to get an assortment of the different brands that I own. I don't need to do Madame Glam's because I already know the results of that one. And then I've got some polygels, some gel polishes, there's some spider gels, drawing gels, and then these products as well. I have this bucket over here, but they're all just more of like the same stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make patch test on my legs, and I'm gonna do like a grid of boxes, and they're gonna be labeled and all that good stuff. And so over here I have this, and so we've got our brands, we've got what type of product they are, and then I'm gonna have, you know, the grids labeled, whatever, time applied, did it have a reaction or not, and then, you know, some data so that I can track this and determine, am I allergic to it? How long after did I put it on am I going to have a reaction? That kind of stuff. So that maybe we can get an idea of which of these products I can still use on myself and which ones I cannot. And the ones I cannot, then of course I can still use them on everybody else, just not on me. So that is my very scientific process that we're gonna do. I am going to check back in with you when I get the grids drawn and labeled on my legs, and then I'm going to show that to you. And the reason I've chosen my legs is because it's a large surface area that I can reach, first of all, so that's helpful. But then also I can cover it up with my clothes so that it doesn't look heinous, because there's going to be like band-aids and Sharpie everywhere. So I'll be right back with that. Okay, so here's my very scientific grids. We're going to do gel polishes on this leg, polygel on this leg. Don't mind my thick thighs. So I've got column A, column B, and then boxes 1 through 6, because I've got 12 polishes if my count was correct. And then I've got 5 boxes over here just in column A, because I've only got 5 polygels out. So I'm going to mark them in the here for their corresponding, and then I'm going to put them in here and put band-aids on them and all that stuff. I'm going to get you some footage of me doing that. And so here's that. So I've got some band-aids out, got some lint-free wipes and some alcohol, and somewhere here I've got this light, so I'm going to be curing these as I go. I don't want to leave it wet on my skin, obviously, because it's going to squish. So that is what I'm going to do. Let's get started. Let's start on our grid. On our first one, we're going to go in with this Secret Nail Affair liner. I'm probably not going to announce each of them to you, but this is my technique. I've got everything assigned, and so we're just going to go in here, and I'm going to put some, you know, I'll try not to spill this thing because it's hard to contain when you're holding the camera and the thing in one hand. And then we're going to cure it in this little light. So that's kind of warm, and so we'll do at least 60 seconds for each item, but I may do additional. And then I will either cover it with a band-aid or peel it off. We'll see in just a second. Alright, so I've got that cured. Let's see what happens if we like peel at it. I guess it really doesn't want to be peeled at. So I guess we'll cover it with a band-aid then. I mean, it's covered, there's a little bit hanging out, but I'll do a better job of keeping it isolated on the other ones. Alright, so I've got a few on there. We're just checking in real quick. These see-through colors, they have more of heat spike than the darker colors, but we're getting through them slowly but surely. Alright, so we've made it over to column B. Nothing is itching yet. I put my band-aid on really crappy and covered up the B. Alright, we've got one leg down. Let's put the polygel on the other leg. Alright, we've got both legs done. So we'll just check on them periodically, and if something starts to happen, we will document, and I will follow up with you guys, and then of course we'll have a little chat at the end to talk about the results. Alright, so I wanted to check in. So we've had some damage come due to, you know, my pants rubbing on these and then moving my legs around and stuff. This one's popped up and it looks like I didn't get it cured well, but no wonder, I was using that little bitty light. And then this one's come up, but the gel has stayed there. And then this one is also up, but look at that one, it's trying to peel off, but it appears to be a little bit wet underneath. So that's a little bit gross. I'm gonna try and put that one back down, let that soak up a little bit. This one is also loose, but it stayed on so far. And so far, I guess all these are okay. Well, this one's kind of wonky too. I guess it can come off. Not real great there. I'm losing my Sharpie. Dang. Wasn't looking at the camera. Hope that was enough on screen for you. Anyway, so no reactions so far, which is interesting considering my hands look like this. I'll check back in later. Alright, just wanted to check in. It's been a couple of hours. So far, not much of anything. This one just fell off, and it was the Beetle's like transfer foil glue. I had to peel it off. It was pretty stuck. So there's a little bit of a shape there, but that may go away. That might because it was just peeled. This one's kind of gross underneath, and this one, the little chunk of gel fell out, but like the yellow stuff is still there. So that one seems to be loose, but yeah, not a lot happening. And then over here on the polygel side, these guys are just trying to stay for the good time. Got these hard lumps under here. Yes, interesting results. Again, why do my fingers look like this? But to be fair, the polish brand that caused this continues to cause this, and they're the only ones I've confirmed to be a problem. But I didn't put any because I didn't want more problems than I was going to get already, but now I am confused. Okay, so it's been about 17 hours since I put these on, and so we're going to do a little check-in. So I have lost a good portion of them. You saw we took some of them off, but we're going to peel these off. After this amount of time, surely whatever results we've got is what we're going to get. But I am not going to like scrub all this yet because I do want to give it another day. But let's kind of see what we have. Ouch. Well, that's interesting. That one seems to have like lost its hard piece or just evaporated. So, yuck. That one is still in there at the very least. Let's peel that off. It's like gross. Some of these are really still stuck on. Oh, that one's gone too. I bet they've fallen out. That would make the most sense. That one. Oh, there it is. Yep. Looks like that one didn't cure well at all. Let's get that off there. Ew. And this one. That one's the messy one. Our first one, our practice one. Okay, so I've got spots of color, but as far as allergic reactions go, not seeing a whole lot. Like this, I think is just staining. These ones are discolored because I just peeled them off, but nothing that I would consider concerning. Let's look at the polygel side. So these band-aids have just stayed super well for some reason, and the polygel has stayed in its lumpy shape. Nothing left. Alright. Alright, so a whole lot of nothing. Very suspicious. Dare I hypothesize that I am not in fact allergic to gel? How could I be allergic to one brand only? What is this brand using that makes them different from the others? I didn't include it in the study because I didn't think I was going to need to. And now I feel like I do need to. So I am going to put a swatch of that brand on and we're going to see what happens to it. So we've got this put on here and we'll just check back on it later and see if anything happens. Okay, so it's been another 6 hours since I peeled all that stuff off, and I wanted to do a check-in because I think we're finally getting some results. Like some of it I can't see anything. Like, so this one's completely clear. This one is clear. And this one's got a dot, 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 dot. These. Now I'm gonna have to scrub all this color off to really get a look at it, especially these. But like some of them I can kind of feel that it's raised, not necessarily textured yet, but it is a lump. Now I don't know if that is my skin or just the thickness of the product residue, but we are getting some results. I haven't peeled this one up yet, and the polygel side is still completely clear. So I'm going to check back when I get ready to clean all this off. Okay, so we're on our second day and it has had time to fully develop. So it looks like pretty much every one of them has had something except this one. This one was a transfer foil glue, so I don't know if the chemicals in it are the same as in just gel polish. So that is not definitive for that brand, but foil glue for the very least is probably fine. This one has the smallest something. I can't remember which brand it is. I'll have to look at my chart, but I can feel it with my finger. And then this one is second to smallest, but I can definitely feel that, but all of it itches. And then of course here's the one that we knew would react, and it did. So like my whole leg itches now. Interesting enough though, polygel didn't. All of the polygels are completely fine. So I guess whatever is in gel polish is not in polygel. Maybe, let me know if you know. But at very least, I can use my polygel, which is the most important part, because I don't use regular gel polish a ton, so it's less of a loss. But I'm gonna scrub all this off and then we're gonna have a look. I scrubbed it all off, so now you can see there is definitely different size and strength of reaction, but they've all got it. Let me check my chart and see which are the worst and which are the least worst, because I wouldn't say best. Okay, so not to slander any of these brands, because just because I'm allergic to them does not mean that you are. This is just my independent study and research and the results that I got. So the ones that I marked as red are the ones that had the biggest reaction, and then the orange had a large reaction but not as big. Yellows are the ones that had the smaller reactions, and then greens are the ones that had no. I don't know where that got cut off. My alarm came on and interrupted my recording. How rude of my phone. So I know that polygel, at least for now, is okay, so I will resume using it with caution. And then I know transfer foil glue is okay, at least for now. However, I usually use star glue, so that's not something I'm going to run into as an issue a lot, but if I choose to use it, I can, at least for now. These results can change. This is definitely to be taken with a grain of salt. I even left myself some little notes for later. But yeah, so this is the results on my research. If you have any knowledge of why polygel is okay and gel polish is not, let me know. If you know why foil glue is different than gel polish, let me know that too. And if you have done any independent research on your own to discover what polishes you may or may not be allergic to and know why, please let me know. I'm very interested. But that's it. That's my study. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I hope you found it entertaining, maybe informative, maybe not. But I will see you in the next one. So bye.